Hey guys, this is Multiverse Nerds. You're watching Raw Recap. I'm Russ.
And I'm Rob. Welcome to our world. This week we're going over Raw, March 3rd, 2014. It took place in the Windy City. And you know what time it is?
What time is it, Rob?
It's clobbering time! That's right, CM Punk's hometown, guys.
Where he didn't show up?
Yeah, he wasn't there, was he?
No. But interesting note, so Raw kicks off, CM Punk's music plays, and the crowd immediately erupts.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my chair, I'm getting a little giddy, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And out walks Paul Heyman. I immediately wrote down in my notes, Paul Heyman walks out, Punk's not there, it's a total ruse. Heyman gets in the ring and starts blabbering about how it's the fans' fault that CM Punk left, and then he goes on this tirade about how he also blames The Undertaker.
Can I stop you for a minute? Why does he even care? Last time I checked, weren't they feuding?
Yeah, it was just a couple of months ago. Paul Heyman bashed CM Punk's head wide open with a ladder.
Yeah.
And so, continuity, not so much there.
Good job, creative team.
Oh, but it gets better.
Okay.
So Heyman's going off about how he blames The Undertaker for Punk leaving, and what better way to get back at The Undertaker than for Brock Lesnar to end the streak and wipe out Taker. The only problem is 1 week prior, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar basically said, hey, screw your open challenge, we don't want it, no thanks. And it was Taker who actually came out and confronted them for the challenge for WrestleMania 30. So I don't get it.
Yeah, but after that's all done, you just expect Taker to come out because they're blaming Taker, right? No.
Yeah, no Taker.
Who do we get? Mark Henry. Really? Mark Henry? It doesn't even line up with the story. Mark Henry, what happens? Oh, the same thing that happened, 3 weeks ago? He gets his butt whooped.
Yeah.
Lesnar beats him, puts him through the announce table. There you go. Ended with Henry again. I bet he's going to be out for another 3 weeks. Is this Rey Mysterio Jr.? I mean, seriously.
My quad! So, also, by the way, before you move on, Brock Lesnar's hand magically looks a lot better after being stabbed with a pen.
Where's the blood?
Yeah,
I mean,
he was throwing punches just fine.
But hey, that's okay. Next comes out, we have a tag team match where it's for the belt. 14th week in a row, I believe, it's the Usos against the New Age Outlaws. Okay, it's only the second week, but you get my point, right? We need to stop. It's for the belt. We go through the match. What'd you think, man?
I mean, honestly, the Usos intro still gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They're seriously one of the coolest tag teams I've seen. Well, then again, the tag division hasn't existed for a good 10 or 15 years, but outside of that, they're one of the best tag teams I've seen in the past 10, 15 years. I love their intro. I love the wrestling style.
But I also want to learn Samoan, if that's a language, I'm not even sure. So I can understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I want to know what they do during their intro, because it looks really cool, and I want you and I to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, slapping, I can slap myself, but I can't talk, I can't talk Samoan, so,
Right.
But
so surprisingly, they give the Usos the belt in this match.
I know, it was a pretty cool tag in by Jimmy on Jay. I thought it was pretty neat, flying over the top rope, tagging him in, getting the kick, splashing for the belts. One thing I noticed at the end, I don't know if they'll do anything with this, but when BA's arm on the 3 count right before, it was up. I don't know if they're going to try to play on that.
I didn't catch that.
It was, when they replayed it, I did see it's right off the mat about that far. So I don't know if they're going to catch it or not, but it's one thing to look at. Now, they did have a rematch on main event the following night. See what happens, 3 matches in a row for the belts? Are they going to do it again at WrestleMania? I mean, SummerSlam's coming up. Are they going to prolong it to that one? Come on, guys.
Hey, Hell in a Cell next year. Let's throw Usos and
I got 2 words for you. 2 words. Move on. Seriously, guys, we're done. Now we cut a promo with Need for Speed with the Divas.
Hey, best acting by the Divas ever. Acting like this promo wasn't a piece of hot garbage.
I know. My problem, what does Oksana say? Seriously, Oksana, we can't understand you. You might be a diva. You look very attractive. We don't know what you're saying. Please enunciate for once. I mean, please. That's for us. Now we catch the next match. Promo's over. We go to our next match. It's Big E versus Cesaro, one of the real Americans. I love both. I love Big E. I love Cesaro. I even love Zeb Coulter and all his fun signs that he has, you know? Gets in there. Cesaro, crowd loves him. I mean, he's getting a big push. The crowd's like, hey, Cesaro. Gets a Big E on the swing. 10 of them. Then guess who jumps in?
The most irrelevant person in WWE right now, Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger. Okay, he's in the match, and it's just like, come on, guys. Really? We don't want to see you.
Yeah, I put in my notes, it was a good match up until WWE decided that they had to explain that Swagger still exists.
Yeah, because, you know what? Unfortunately, we get to see you exist more later on in the night. But until then, I mean, he messes the match up. DQ, Big E gets a win. He jumps out of the ring. Big E does his big ending on Cesaro. A little tension between the two. But, you know, it's what it is, what it is. We'll see him again. We'll talk about it more a little bit. Then comes, in my opinion, the main event. The match of the night. These guys, since Elimination Chamber, anytime they're in the ring together, that's the main event. The rest of the show doesn't matter anymore. No. Why? Because they are the best two things going for the WWE. I completely agree. I mean, when the fans before the match doesn't even start, by the way, it's the Wyatt family against the Shield. Shield comes out first. I mean, they just look intimidating. It's just like Roman Reigns jumping over, Rollins flipping over, Ambrose doing Ambrose what he does. I mean, it's still like... Just jumping around like a freaking madman? Yeah, he's just like... You never know what he's doing, right? But it was fun to watch that and them coming in. I mean, it was. And then... creepy music hits. And you know what? I love what they're doing with the Wyatts now, where during the intro, they film their intro every week now because Bray Wyatt starts by saying the city that they're in. And like Chicago. Yeah. We're here. It's crazy awesome. It is. And matching shirts too. If you ever notice the same shirts. Like whenever he cuts a promo or when he does that, it comes out in that shirt. Yeah, it's amazing. Every time the Wyatts walk through the arena, I enjoy life just a little bit more. Yeah, and then they get to the ring. This is awesome chants happening. Fans, we know, we love it too. This is awesome. It's amazing right now what's going on. Starts off the match. What do we get? Probably the best opening to a match I've seen in a long time. Rollins, high flying, just going everywhere, going crazy. I'm so happy to see that Rollins is not shying away from the limelight with Ambrose and Reigns basically vying over who's controlling Shield, who's breaking up, whatnot. And then Rollins even kind of pulls a story angle towards the end of the match. Yeah. And we'll get to that in a minute. But I love the fact that Rollins literally is stealing the show every time he's in the ring. Yeah, and even when last week, when they were showing how Reigns is out there and it's supposed to be Reigns versus Bray, and then all of a sudden here comes the Wyatt brothers, who's in the ring already? Rollins. And he just flips over and just takes him out, you know? It was really awesome to see him doing this. If Sin Cara, like, breaks his leg, or whoever's standing in for him, just throw Seth Rollins the mask. He'll fit in just fine. Yeah, and he'll actually do a better job and not get fined by the WWE, but hey, that's another, story. Probably. So... Ambrose, unfortunately, ruins the momentum for the Shield. Comes in, kind of distraction. Reigns gets really ticked off. Cuts to the commercial. We come back. The Wyatts are in charge, and they're in charge of the match for a long time. Reigns ends up not getting tagged in. Crowd's starting to want him in. They're chanting, like, Reigns, we want Reigns, we want Reigns. It keeps going on. CM Punk chants keeps going on. Then, This Is Awesome starts. Why? Because momentum's starting to shift, okay? Mm-hmm. Shield gets in. What do we got? Oh, Reigns finally gets in. That's what it is. Reigns finally gets in. Just goes crazy. Okay. One of your favorite things that happened in the night. What did Reigns do to one of the Wyatts? Oh, he had this amazing spear on. Where did I put it? Crazy spear over the announce table. To Eric Rowan. There we go. Over the announce table, almost completely takes up Michael Cole. Amazing spot. Yeah. And then
I don't know. I don't even know what it's called, but the super kick that Reigns does from the outside runs up like
Ambrose holds he holds Harper on the rope, and he comes up, does a super kick.
yeah,
up
and like the amazing Michael Jordan-esque jump, and then follow through with the foot. It was a sick spot.
It was amazing. But then Harper gets up and eventually like shoves Reigns like when he's on the rope. Or he dives through the rope, shoves Reigns, he goes again into Michael Cole. Poor guy got a lot of beating that night. You know,
That's
Michael
true.
Cole, we understand. We still support you, buddy. But I mean,
Continue.
Ambrose, you know, he's the guy in charge of the match now. He goes to tag out. He's getting whooped. Rollins is on the end. What does Rollins do? Jumps down. I mean, that was before all this happened, but we need to specify why Rollins isn't in this. He's up at the top saying, hey, guys, figure this out on your own.
Yeah, I love that they pulled the camera up close as Reigns jumps out and goes, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And Rollins is like, "No, I'm tired of being the glue between you two.
Yeah.
You guys figure it out." I love seeing this because it's now no longer just Reigns and just Ambrose with Rollins playing peacekeeper
Yeah.
and not getting a voice. They are finally making him a legitimate part of the storyline because I really think Rollins has a good future.
Yeah, he does. He will. I mean, as you notice, he was still at the top of the ramp. He didn't completely leave. He was watching the match like, man, I need to get in there, but he knows he has to let these two do it.
And the camera's still panned on him too, even after
showing
the match
like
is
he kept
over.
grabbing his head like, man, I need to be down there. What are they doing? But you know, 3-on-2 momentum shift to the Wyatts. They end up putting Bray put the Sister Abigail on Ambrose for the win, and that was it. But the match was seriously amazing.
It was an amazing match.
We had the
absolutely.
awesome chance the whole way through. That set the tone for the night, we hope. Unfortunately, it was the night. I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. And then what do we get? A Batista promo. Talking about Bryan. Batista, I hate to tell you, you're going to be a superhero in a Marvel movie, which I'm totally looking forward to. Don't rip superheroes, man. You need to promote superheroes. He pretty much says, you can't just be a superhero. It's like, Batista, you're gonna be. You're Drax the Destroyer. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favorites. Come on, dude. Seriously.
Yeah,
Don't rip him.
I love the fact that Batista looks dead at the camera and goes, fans watch too many movies. Dude, you kind of just started one. I don't know that that's the best promotional angle that you want to go with. But hey, whatever works for you.
And also, nose piercing doesn't work for you, buddy. But after that promo's over, we get start of the boring matches of the night. We have Fandango and Summer Rae versus Santino and Emma.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love Emma. She's great to look at. I can't stand her.
Yeah, how does
It's like she's popping bubbles. It's like, and like the stomp coming out. It's boring. Quit it.
Yeah.
You know, Santino's hilarious. Do something for him, not you. Yes,
Yeah.
you can wrestle, but your gimmick's
if they wanted to give them backstage segments, sure. But that was a steaming pile of hot garbage.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I mean, the tags in and out. It's like, how many times do you have tag in and out? We get it. Are you playing the dumb blonde and whatever Santino's playing? Because it's not working.
Yeah,
for me.
the high five, and then the ref's like, "Oh, well, that's a tag, so you gotta swap out."
And you do it like 6 more times. Seriously,
It was
stop doing
not
it.
funny.
No, Fandango's even getting mad. I felt like he was like, really? Come on, guys, seriously. Ended up though, Emma gets the Emma lock on Summer Rae for the win, and they end up headbutting, doing her whatever dance, and thank goodness that was it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So that was it. Now we go to Christian and Sheamus.
Hang on now. Before we get to that, I want to talk about the Stephanie McMahon promo.
Oh.
Where Stephanie, she's sitting in front of this, like ESPN 30 for 30 film backdrop.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how when she was 4 or 6 or 8 or something, she watched the first WrestleMania and watched Andre the Giant slam Big John Studd. And it was this huge thing for her. And she grew up, and now she gets to show her daughters that using the WWE Network. And that's what the WWE Network is all about. No, it's not. You just want to make a quick buck. Stop making the WWE Network out to be like it's PETA. That's not what it
We're
is.
talking about the bread. Quick joke, sorry. But now let's get back to the next match, okay?
Sure.
Christian and Sheamus, okay?
Right?
You enjoyed this match.
Apparently I was the only one who
Yeah,
enjoyed this
because
match.
Frank and I were both like, I mean, you had white versus green skin color. I mean, I'm sorry, Christian. I don't know what you're doing. You look green.
He is quite tan.
I
I
mean,
mean-
tan is like a bronze color. The dude's green. It's like he went in the waters of Chicago, came out to fight. Okay, he's green. Okay,
The
seriously.
waters of Chicago?
They have to be dirty. Come on, it's Chicago, right? When it starts off, you get a CM Punk chant. Okay, we figure we're gonna get this all night until he comes out, which he doesn't. But hey, neither here nor there. In the first 5 minutes, at one point, Christian is hiding behind the announce table, like, you can't get me, you can't get me.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I just, really? That's why I was like, gosh, I gotta sit through this match after we just saw, well, granted, the previous match, I don't count a match, but the Wyatts and Shield, it's like, we get this kind of stuff. Why was this after them?
Yeah, they kind of threw all of their eggs into the first hour's basket,
Yeah.
and the second and third hour just kind of drug on.
Pretty much. The match was booed, and this is awful chants were happening throughout this match. That's why I also agree with the fans. It was boring, and it was awful.
I liked it.
Sheamus did end up winning. I mean,
Yeah, and the bro kick was really cool
That was.
on
I'll
the
give-
apron.
I'll give you
Christian
that.
sold it really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm the only one who thought this match was good. But, I mean, I put surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting a lot from this match.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm one of the few who thought Christian really should have been given a bigger push earlier when he had the World Heavyweight title. Unfortunately, he didn't. But, as you say, that's neither here nor there.
Okay. After this, they had an awesome commercial for an upcoming movie release of Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery. My note says, really? How else are you going to sneak a buck out here, WWE? That's what I was thinking.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. Legitimately, I'm looking forward to seeing this.
This might be the only chance, because if you notice the characters, this might be the only time Sin Cara doesn't hurt somebody is in this film. I mean, I was
Or
like,
himself.
that's true. But you notice, I think it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, but I think he's injured, so he couldn't do the film for Scooby-Doo, right?
That's right.
After that, we get a Sheamus promo in the back. Oh, guess what? It's about as boring as their match, in my opinion. Sheamus just gets beat up by Christian.
Sheamus is not a good face. He really isn't. He was so much of a better heel than he is a face.
Absolutely. Christian attacks him. It's like, oh my goodness, bunch of chaos. But then we get to another awesome match of the night. The Bellas versus Alicia Fox and Oksana.
We're skipping a segment.
Which one? What do we see it?
The Daniel Bryan and CM Punk? Or the Daniel Bryan with the Authority?
No. That was coming out. That's after the Bellas. Oh, wait. You are. Oh, that's right. You don't watch Diva matches. That's right. You're the smart one of the two. Because that happened after.
Oh yeah, I literally put Divas match and went to the bathroom.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
I guess I'll talk about this one. Okay, girls fought. Yeah, they can't wrestle chants. I didn't even put. Oh, the Bellas won. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, that's what we're Divas. Seriously, we need Lita and Trish to come out of retirement to do something because it's boring. I mean,
Apparently, because I don't even remember it.
I know half of us don't even watch it anymore, so it's okay.
I didn't.
Now we're going to get to your promo, Daniel Bryan. 10 o'clock comes. We see Daniel Bryan come in the ring versus Batista. They even say it. I'm like, 10 o'clock? Really? This is
Yeah,
a main event
I
at 10
remember.
o'clock.
I remember the text message you sent me that goes, "I thought the main event was supposed to be at 11," and I was like, "Me too. I'm just as confused as you are."
We were confused. But he comes out. You know, he gets behind the fans, doing the yes thing. You know, acknowledges the CM Punk chants like everyone else. Then he calls out. He says, either I want Batista so I can kick his butt, or I want Triple H to answer my challenge. Well, we figured we're getting Batista, but no, here comes the Authority and Triple H with Stephanie McMahon. So it's like, great, here goes. Yes, chants erupt when they come out. It's a boring ring promo, in my opinion. They're talking about how, once again, he's a B-lister. They've pulled this angle for how long now? You know, months?
Yeah, the angle was definitely nothing new, but I will point out that the one thing that I took from this whole angle was the fact that out of the entire night, Daniel Bryan was the only person to stop the CM Punk chants.
Yeah, because of his yes Yes.
I mean, he literally started talking, and the Punk chants stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I even put Daniel Bryan is bigger than CM Punk in my notes, because that was the only time anyone talked or did anything that stopped the Punk chants all night long.
I mean, it was even in the Wyatts and Shield. Well, I'm going to reference that all night because it was the match.
Absolutely.
But they couldn't even stop it. There was one moment. I mean, just one moment they had the CM Punk chance, but everything else was them. But they still had it. So you're looking at Daniel Bryan. I mean, he's bigger than Punk.
Yeah, if anything proves that Bryan deserves that major face push, that was definitely it.
Yeah, I mean, WWE, wake up. Come on. We don't want to see him fight Kane or Triple H. Put him in the belt hunt. It's about time.
I agree.
Triple H finally tells him to get out of the ring. Bryan says it's the WWE's fan. It's WWE fans' ring. It's not their ring. It's not Triple H's. Not the Authority. It's the fans' ring. Finally, they call out Kane. Well, Kane comes to the ring. Bryan just jumps off, knocks him out.
And Stephanie calls for security.
And here comes the referee. She goes, no, we need security for this. It's like, okay, this is fun. Yay. Security finally gets him, pushes him out. That was the end of that promo.
Yeah, it drug on for way too long.
Then we come to the next match. Tonight was Aaron Paul from Need for Speed. He was a guest for the WWE tonight. They made a point about him being with Dolph Ziggler. Well, the next match is Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. Del Rio comes out, and then here comes this big Mustang, raring, revving, and here comes the Fast and Furious knockoff, Need for Speed, with Dolph Ziggler in a Mustang.
Woo.
Yay. Aaron Paul sits guest announcer at the announce table after they rebuilt it, ironically. They rebuilt the announce table. Ziggler oversells, like usual. Seriously, you're getting concussions because you oversell. Stop doing it. Pull a John Cena for once. Don't sell anything. Rio was stale, in my opinion. He, like always, is... Here,
Del Rio is about as entertaining as a piece of cardboard flapping in the wind.
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
The Windy City. Rio has momentum, and then Aaron Paul stands up at the jumps on the announce table that was rebuilt that I was hoping was going to collapse under his weight. And it's like, hey, Rio, getting his attention. Well, here comes Ziggler, gets the zigzag on him, steals the show. In comes Aaron Paul. Yay, Need for Speed. Won't be watching that one.
Yeah, I put in my notes Ziggler's first win in what seems like forever.
Yeah, and he oversold.
Thanks to a C-list celebrities.
Yeah. Good job, celebrities. Now we have the next Hall of Fame inductee of the night. We have Lita right now, Jake the Snake, the Ultimate Warrior. Really good class. This didn't stop there. We have Paul Bearer, rest in peace. It's about time. It's overdue. Paul Bearer needs to be in.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they go with the super classy thing and have Undertaker induct him. I know they.
It'll be really emotional if he
does.
Yeah,
I understand that even for something like that they probably don't want to break his character, but I still think that's the super classy thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, as much as he did for Taker, being his right hand man, they need to do something big for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Then it went on to, hey, Big E's back again versus this other guy for the Real Americans, Swagger.
DX the big guy?
Yeah, I put a filler match. Really? Because why are you fighting on Raw?
I think it was about 13 seconds.
Yeah, because he gets in. Oh, Cesaro's right in there. DQs.
And notice as Cesaro gets in the ring, everyone cheers.
Yeah, but the worst thing about it, they're getting in a fight, and Zeb's like, you guys just need to hug it out. It's like, they're grown men.
Yeah, what Greenpeace commercial was that?
I know. Let's hug it out. He talks about all this, racist stuff, and then all of a sudden, let's hug it out. Come on, man. I don't know what WWE is trying to do, but they didn't break up. They're going to break up.
Don't be a bully. Be a star.
That's right.
Hug it out with the people who beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Then they didn't break up yet. I'm sure it's going to happen here soon. I'm thinking WrestleMania pre-card, your pre-show.
Maybe.
I can see that being the pre-show. I don't think they're big enough. Swagger's not big enough to put him in the main, card. I can see pre-show.
Probably.
Then comes everyone who's under the age of 12's favorite superstar, John Cena, to the ring.
Oh, who literally can't decide whether or not he's supposed to favor his leg or not.
Yeah.
Because on the Titantron, he's jumping up and down, getting all psyched, and then hobbles down to the ring.
Oh man, I forgot my knee.
Yeah. Crap. my knee's supposed to be hurting.
Oh, I'm supposed to sell something for a change. Hang on. He gets there, addresses the Wyatts like, who cares? We like the Wyatts better than you, buddy.
Yeah. I've finally come to the conclusion that Cena will literally kiss all the butt in the world to get a cheap pop.
Yeah, brought up CM Punk, addressed that in a way. But Frank and I noticed that you didn't. He was kind of dissing the fans a little bit, kind of like secretly. It was weird how he did it. I mean, it's something that I'm going to show you, like, we'll go back and look at it, but...
Yeah, because I missed it.
Yeah, he was kind of like, we do this all for you. The least you could do is cheer for us. It's taken you 4 years to say this, buddy, because people haven't cheered for you for, 4 years now? It's Let's Go Cena, Cena Sucks. It's been going on for a while.
They had t-shirts and then they took them off because they were the number one seller.
They were. But what happens? Bray Wyatt comes to the rescue. Thank you, Bray.
Oh
we
my
appreciate
god.
it.
Every promo this man does just gives me tingles. Reminds me of late 90s Undertaker.
Yeah.
And how well he delivers those promos.
WWE, do us a favor. Do not bury Bray. Let him go over on Cena and become
Yeah,
a big part of the WWE.
If Bray Wyatt goes down to Cena at WrestleMania, I may cry.
Yeah, because that would be horrible.
I agree.
After that, we catch backstage. Orton wishes Batista luck. He comes up to me and says, "Hey man, I just want to wish you luck. Part of Evolution. Blah blah blah. No one cares about you, Orton. Sorry, just the way it goes."
No, I agree.
Then the Bulgarian Brute, Alexander Rosov, and the very attractive blonde lady that no one knows her name comes out, cuts a promo. I don't speak Bulgarian. I couldn't understand it.
I don't know why, but this really reminds me of Ivan Drago from Rocky IV.
Yeah.
He looks nothing like him, but it's just like I think it's more her maybe.
Yeah.
She just really reminds me of that whole scenario, like my husband will
break you.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't
He
remember
says
Rocky
break
IV.
you. Yeah, I am about 90% sure he says I would break you.
Well, he does, but she doesn't.
Well, they're
She says something about the country and something very poor and something very good, and I haven't seen that movie in like 5 years. Never mind.
He doesn't look the greatest. I mean, I know he's an NXT superstar, but this is, to me, going to be just like, I don't know, Brutus Clay, Funkadactyls.
Yeah,
For
whatever
a while.
happened to him.
I think he's in the Scooby-Doo movie. That's right. That's what happened to him. Yeah. And then, before we hit the final match of the night, let's talk a little bit about who we didn't see tonight. And I've got some bad news for you. He wasn't on there, and ironically, we were talking earlier. It would have been nice to see him on there.
Yeah, I would have taken a Bad News Barrett segment over the Divas match, over Santino and Emma tagging each other in 9 times, Lesnar no-selling his stabbed hand.
How about the Bulgarian Brute?
Yeah, him.
Anything
or
to do with Fast and Furious knockoff?
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that.
Yeah. So how about some good news?
Oh, I bet the problem was they couldn't get his fixture to where he could raise, so he was just like, I got some bad news for you. I can't cut a promo tonight. But that's okay. Now, Orton comes out ringside for the main event.
Which immediately tells you there's going to be some outside interference in this match. Isn't going to mean jack.
Good job, WWE. Way to do that one. Bryan versus Batista. First he comes out. We get the Boo-Tista chants that started Elimination Chamber.
They need to make T-shirts for that pronto and really sell that.
Yeah, you not a superhero put under that because he's not a superhero, right? Stale match. Kane, Triple H, Stephanie come out throughout the match. Orton comes in, DQ, over.
Yeah, exactly what everyone knew it was going to happen.
Bryan ironically takes everyone out though. He just starts dropping people left and right. Ends up kicking Triple H in the face when he's trying to talk to him.
I laughed my butt off when I saw that. I'm tired of
Yeah, he was like.
I was like, I hope Triple H wasn't trying to play that off like a joke.
Yeah, because it was. But then Bryan gets up, Batista, does the power bomb on him, or the Batista bomb. Pedigree, Triple H nails it. End of the match, and we're all sitting there like, Where's Punk?
Yeah, I was legitimately going, okay, this makes sense. Bring Punk in. No Punk.
No, the end of the show, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm glad I wasted 2 hours of my life after the Wyatts and Shield, because it was just like.
But all the credit in the world to Stephanie, who tries to downplay the massive CM Punk chant by trying to start a ironic yes chant.
From a B-lister?
I didn't get that at all.
I know. So, I mean, that's Raw for you.
Yeah, that's our notes, guys. Overall, the first hour is worth watching. The last two, eh.
Yeah.
Right?
If you have it DVR'd, just go that first hour, then hit erase. I mean, you're good after that.
That's basically it.
Yep.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for us. Check out multiversenerds.com if you like what you saw, and we'll see you soon.